Welcome back to the bunker. Welcome back to the Buy Sword and Musket channel, where we discuss and look at interesting and even run-of-the-mill arms, weapons that have been used through the ages. Now, I wanted to show you this because it is a rare thing. First glance, at a distance, it looks like what's known as the P13 or American Enfield rifle. But this one is in fact a forerunner to the P13. This is the P13. It was designed in Britain by weapons designers at the Enfield plant. The military were looking for a possible replacement for the SMLE, a rifle with a single piece stock, and they were also looking possibly at a rifle with a solid bolt and forward locking lugs to improve accuracy. The SMLE, although it's a brilliant rifle, very versatile, used in many different theatres, etc., was not known for its inherent accuracy. It was a battle rifle built for everybody to use. It was a very good rifle. It was in fact obviously a 10-shot rifle, and what they came up with here in fact is a 5-shot rifle, and it is built on the Mauser principle. It has a Mauser bolt system with locking lugs at the front, and it has the single piece stock. I will now show you up close the design features. But one thing, why is this rifle rare? Well, they only made about 1,200 of them, and they put them out for troop trials with various units. Wanted to know what shortfalls they might find or establish. But they were also looking at a smaller, physically smaller caliber, possibly faster bullet. And they chambered these rifles originally in .276, so less than 30 caliber, about 2 3/4, if you like. So they put them out for troop trials, and as is normal, when you put anything different in front of soldiers, there's a lot of grumbling, etc. But it turned out that overuse, they were burning their barrels out very, very quickly. The propellant, mixture of propellant and very fast bullet with high pressures and obviously high temperatures was burning them out very, very rapidly. So within that period of time when they were looking at this, World War I broke out. Britain declared war on Germany. The game was afoot and they needed rifles rapidly. So they rechambered these in 303, rebarreled them, rechambered 303. Same system, but a proven round. And what they actually produced was something that was heavier, had less bullets per magazine full, but in producing a heavier rifle, they produced a more solid base for shooting. So you had an inherently more accurate rifle. And although the troops didn't like them because of their weight, because weight to an infantryman squashing around in the mud or walking miles and miles is not a good thing. But if you've got inherent accuracy built into this rifle, then you've got something else. You may have a base for a sniper in the future. And that's what happened later on in the war, in around about 1917, 18, where various rifles were brought back and scoped up to act as sniper rifles. So let's have a closer look at this puppy before it disappears over the skyline and someone buys it. What's immediately obvious are the grasping grooves. Those 4 individual grasping grooves machined into both sides of the fore end. Not liked by the troops. I can't tell you why, but they were not taken on to further production in the P13 rifle. Some other mild differences which may not be immediately obvious are, in fact, that this sight protection is lower, it's less of an event. You've got your safety there, which is normal. You have a drilled bolt, a very mild attempt at reducing weight, semi-pistol grip stock, ID disc there in the side, a hatch in the rear to hold the pull-through and the cleaning equipment. But as I said, a Mauser bolt locking system, it could be loaded via stripper clip. You can see the grooves just in front of the top of the leaf sight there. See the grooves against the silver of the bolt. So a ladder sight ranged to about 18 or 1900 yards with a battle sight for close-up work. One piece, or some of them have 2-piece handguards. This one has got a nice bit of protection on the front for the sight, which obviously you'd have to pop off. Another difference with P13 is that cross bolt that runs through that fore end and bayonet cap is further forward. It moves back in a P13, but the bayonet system is the same. It's a Mauser type bayonet. Ironic that they were fielding a Mauser rifle while fighting the Germans. Now, let me just prop this. So, once again, first glance, it's really those grasping grooves that differentiate it from the P13 and the later P17. But what do we have here? We have a long-range volley sight. A lovely piece of Victorian engineering. You have your graduations, which the point part would be pointing at, and then back here you have the eyepiece in this arm, which flips up and is stored on top of the bolt release. And the idea is that you look through this tiny little aperture. You pick up at the front this nodule that sticks out the side, and you lob bullets over no man's land at quite some distance and harass folk on the other side. And now that would keep their heads down, would interfere with their daily routine and business, and a section of these firing all at once would be akin to long-range machine gun fire coming in and spoiling your day. So, 5-shot internal magazine, but a very rare piece of kit. You can ditch the rounds by opening the magazine and pushing a bullet nose in that hole and levering the platform backwards, and then the whole thing will empty out in front of you. So before it disappears, I suppose for it to disappear I've got to market it, and tell you the truth, I haven't yet, because they are rare. One P13 rifle in rather rather nice condition, chambered in 303. Actually, number 700 and remind myself, it's like 730 out of 1,200 rifles, and approximately half were destroyed or found not to be up to the job. Of course, if you find one of these in 276, then you've got a real golden nugget on your hand. But 303, more usable. At least you can put it through its paces. This one's modern British proofed. But in itself, a P13 is worth roughly 10 times the value of a P14, because there should be only about 700 of them knocking around. So there we see a rare thing. And I'm pretty convinced that if I sold it, I'd probably never see another one. So thanks for joining me at Buy Sword and Musket. And please click like or subscribe if you want to see more videos on similar subjects. Thanks for joining me.